right, guys, I just want to welcome you guys yet another time to Georgia. I'm happy that you guys are here. You guys have a special place in my heart, even though I don't know who you guys are, simply because of where you're from. As you may know, there's a lot of people in Georgia, and especially in Atlanta, from California, but when you come out here, first thing people always assume is that you're from LA. So I say I'm from California, they're like, oh, okay, are you from LA? And then the second question is oh, do you surf? I'm like, no. So I'm happy that you guys are here. I want to take a little bit of time to kind of encourage you, to kind of tell you who I am, what my story has been, especially what my history has been with Mr. Ray. I am aware that a few of you guys are foster children. My own personal background is that I was a foster child. When I was born, my mom could not take care of me. So what she did was she gave me back to the hospital. Which is grace in my life, number one, because she could have chosen to just throw me in the trash or do what they do with babies in China and just put them in a box and leave them somewhere to die. So I view that as grace on my life, and that grace has carried me all the way through my life. And here's how. Even though I was a foster child, I only had one mother. That's God's grace again. She's been my mom ever since I was 6 weeks old. And I was privileged in the past 2 years to be able to move her out here with me, so now she lives in Georgia with us. So that's a really big deal. Grew up in San Jose, California, as I was talking to some of my brothers here. I grew up in the Mount Pleasant High School area off of White Road, but I went to Bellman College Preparatory. From there, my junior year, not my senior, but my junior year, my mom took me to some information session, and I saw Mr. Ray up there talking about going to black colleges, and I didn't know what a black college was, or what Morehouse was, and Tuskegee. I didn't know what any of that was. So I said, all right, well, I'll go. I had to miss a high school football game and all that stuff, but I went, and it completely rocked my world. And so hopefully at the end of this, by this time, you've had experiences that have completely rocked your world. It's opened your eyes to something far bigger and far, maybe not far better, but just something different, other options that you may have. I know for me, what it did for me is that it gave me exactly what I needed. I know that growing up in California, I had friends that were white, some were black, but we had Samoans, Pakistani, all that stuff. I felt I really wanted to get in contact with my own ethnic culture. So definitely coming down here to go to school was great. I went to Morehouse College. I came in '94. I did a double major. I majored in mathematics, and then I also went on to Georgia Tech and got a degree in mechanical engineering. After that, I stayed here and I worked as a supervisor and an engineer for the General Motors Corporation in their automotive plant. I was laid off in 2006. I parked cars for about 3 or 4 months. By that time I had a wife and 2 kids. And then I got on with Home Depot's corporate office. So I've been a business analyst with them up until this past Christmas Eve. This past Christmas Eve, God's grace on my life again was that I got the opportunity to come and run this restaurant. The second part of what I want to do is just encourage you guys. When you guys are young, you have opportunities like this. Individuals like Mr. Ray, they want to find people like you and say, you know what, let's expand their vision, let's broaden the horizon. You guys are like, what, 15, 16?
17.
What's that?
17.
16, 17. So in about 5 years, stuff like that won't exist, right? Listen, I want all eyes on me for a minute. While you're young, take advantage of the people that want to help you. Because you're going to reach a certain age where that goes away. At 22, people pretty much say, okay, well, you should start to figure stuff out on your own now. There's not going to be as many people who are going to want to, give you scholarships or broaden your horizons. You're going to have to broaden your own horizon. So don't be so entrenched in what you're doing right now that you don't see the people that are trying to help you. All right, and sometimes it takes two things. This is the first two things I learned at Morehouse. Somebody took me aside and said, son, this is going to be your keys to success here. You need to R&R. It's not rest and relax. It's read and respond. If you will just read and respond to the things that you're supposed to do, 99% of your problems are going to be taken care of.